Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Investing is a very personal thing.
Indeed it is, because there's a reason why people that own mutual funds end up making about a third of what the stock market provides over a long time, because they don't know themselves. They get in when it is now because, hey, the market's up, I want to buy now. And then the market goes down, and then people sell because the market went down. And then it feels better. The economy comes back, stock market's doing well, get my money back in, and then it goes down and they sell again. So and if you don't know yourself about how you feel about volatility, you end up making that same bad decision over and over again. We see it all the time. And there's no advisor who knows any better about when to be in or out of the market either. There's no timing strategy that we know of that works.
And if all of us would just sit down for a second and think about it, just calmly take a second, breathe, you'd realize no one can predict the future, and thinking someone can is just plain old foolish. People are always looking to take advantage of you, though. That's the thing you need to be aware of. You've got to be a little bit cynical. Certainly skeptical.
Yeah.
I sometimes believe cynical. And speaking of something about which you should be cynical, as you may or may not know, Tom,
yes.
I have been doing a great deal of research into podcasts and how to make our podcast more effective.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we talk about on the internet in these shows that we turn into podcasts is so important.
This sounds like I'm going to be talking less or something.
No, I'm not cutting you out.
Oh, okay. I thought that's where we're headed.
But the elephant in the podcast room is iTunes. The vast majority of podcast listening comes through iTunes.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the most popular podcasts, and they're like, there's one, the number one is, what can Trump teach us about con law? Well, of course, you can see why that's popular.
Yeah.
But then it's an NPR show.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's an NPR show. Then it's a New York Times podcast, an ESPN podcast. You know your 30 for 30?
Love that
then
show.
It's This American Life and TED Radio Hour and Serial, which was very popular. And Joe Rogan has a show. You know, he's kind of moderately famous. And then the first money-oriented show that comes up.
It's got to be CNBC.
This is going to shock you. It is a scam.
No.
It's called Passive Amazon Income. Learn how to easily build a passive income online. Here's a guy, and I just reported him to iTunes because here's a guy, Matt Beju. He has a grand total of 7 podcasts. Now, we have like 200 podcasts.
In this current edition. And we've got others from.
Yeah, but we have like a lot, and we've had them up there for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 17 reviews, okay?
Yeah.
Matt Beju has 260 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
260, and then 43 1-star reviews, all of which say, how could he get a 5-star review? The 5-star reviews must be fake.
I hope he gets busted.
I hope he gets busted. Guys like this really annoy me. Look, I get to talk to myself.
Yep.
Hi, Don. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good.
Good afternoon.
Yes. How can we help you, Don?
I just met with a fiduciary recently, and he told me he wants to set me up a retirement plan and charge me $1,100 for this retirement plan. And so we went through all the information, everything, on a few meetings and all this, and he gave me a bunch of paperwork, and I read through the paperwork, and it shows in the paperwork that he's going to charge me 1.5% per year of my investments, which he did not mention to me.
1.5% or 0.5%?
1.5%.
Okay, so it's 1,100 plus the 1.5% a year.
Yeah, 1,100 is for the plan, probably.
Did we get that right?
And the 1.5 is for ongoing management. Now, did this person tell you how they were going to manage your money? What kinds of investments they were going to put you into?
Yes, he did.
Which are what?
Give me some examples.
He's going to give me a 30-year plan, and he's going to separate it into buckets and 10-year buckets with a first 10 years of payouts and everything and all this. And for the long term, he's going to be moderately aggressive and put it into the plans that y'all don't like.
Some sort of annuity?
Annuities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, then he's not a fiduciary.
You cannot sell I don't know how. Well, how long ago did you have this meeting?
6 months ago.
Yeah. So he could still do that at that point.
So the long-term bucket was going to be variable annuities. Is that correct?
Yes. And he says it's going to be on the aggressive side, he told me.
Well, there's no reason to have any of those annuities but the aggressive side anyway. But go ahead.
What was he going to put in the other two buckets?
Oh, okay.
He was going to spread it out into bond funds, bond and treasury funds.
By what company?
You want the name of the company?
Yeah, just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity.
Absolute Return Solutions.
No. I didn't mean that name. Okay, but since you went there.
that's fine.
All right.
That's fine. If those guys at Absolute Return Solutions are claiming to be a fiduciary, I welcome them to come on the show and come on, because I'm going to call you a liar. I'm going to call you out right now. Right now. They sell equity indexed annuities, which you cannot sell and claim to be a fiduciary. And, excuse me, Don? Did you do this yet?
Heck no.
Good.
I'll listen to y'all.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Those guys at Absolute Return Solutions, I got to tell you, sometimes it strikes me they'll say anything for $1. They claim to be a fiduciary. Did they claim to... Wait. Oh. I don't know if you want to do this. But it would be fun. I would love to do it, but they wouldn't do it. Go to TalkingRealMoney.com, Don, and download the advisor interview form.
It's right on the home page.
It's right on the home page. And at the very end of that little short 2-page form, that you should have them fill the whole thing out as to what all the fees and expenses are, hidden commissions and all. Because, by the way, I'm betting there are some hidden commissions in addition to that 1.5%. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. Ask them to fill it out and sign it. And sign that they are always, the key word is always, required to act as a fiduciary. Dollars to donuts, they will say, oh, no, we're not allowed to sign anything like this. Oh, no, our compliance people won't allow us to sign these kinds of things. No.
It's not well written, not proper.
Right, it's not legal. Yeah. It's not a legally binding document. It is if they sign it, but they won't. Oh, you guys, Absolute Return Solutions. I know you love making a lot of money. I know you love it, but you better start telling the truth.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
Quick break. In addition to our Talking Real Money podcast, we have a few other tools to help you gain a better understanding of the concept of real investing. Of course, there's Real Investing Journal. That's offered in both a free online version and in an inexpensive printed magazine. Explore both those options at realinvestingjournal.com, realinvestingjournal.com. Then we teach classes. We offer most of our live classes in the Seattle area because that's where most of our offices are, but most of you live elsewhere. That's why we're now offering the same classes that Tom and I taught at Retire Meet online right now, free at TalkingRealMoney.com under the video link. Just go to TalkingRealMoney.com and then click on the video link. You'll see them right there. Finally, we also manage the wealth or the budding wealth of hundreds of folks like you through our fee-only 100% fiduciary investment advisory firm, Vestory. You'll find our approach is consistent with the message we've been sharing for decades. We always put our clients' needs first. Our fees are among the lowest of any non-robo advisor, and constant education is one of our core values. Visit Vestory.com for more information on our firm and to take our free no-obligation risk quiz to better understand the level of investment volatility you can tolerate. That's Vestory.com, Vestory.com.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
You know I can't help myself.
Well, yeah, who could read this and have any idea of what it really means?
I was doing
really,
some research into the
goodness.
firm we were talking about before the break.
Let's not mention them.
They're on the radio a lot. You know what? But you know what? You know the defense against the best defense against libel and slander.
I'm not saying it for that reason. We're promoting them in a way. Let's not promote them anymore.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
So go ahead and give us a little.
This is something really interesting. I've done a lot of research during the break.
No, I'm saying tell people what the program is, how this works.
Okay.
Before we get into all that.
Here's a company. There are a lot of companies like them.
How this program works.
Oh, how this program works? We're going to tell you the truth about money when some of these other idiots are lying. And I got to tell you, I totally would welcome. I would love to have the guys from Absolute Return Solutions.
I thought you just said we weren't going to mention them.
Or any other firm
all right.
that is in this business, call us and tell me why. I will give you airtime to tell me why I am wrong. I want to know why I'm wrong because
you're wrong.
Pretty sure, or how I'm wrong because I'm pretty sure I'm not.
But read this paragraph. There's no way anybody could be.
During the break,
good Lord,
I went to this is a great resource for all of you folks. Go online, and this is where you can kind of start your investigation.
Yeah, because people
into
do
a firm.
all the time say, "How do we hire somebody?" Well, there's one place to find out.
Go to Advisor Info. It's spelled ER. AdvisorInfo.sec.gov.
Mm-hmm. AdvisorInfo.sec.
Type in the firm's name.
Yep.
I typed in this firm's name.
Yep.
It says in there, this is a direct quote from their ADV.
And listen carefully to this and try and tell me what this means. I have no idea.
ARS
I thought we weren't going to mention their name.
I just said their letters.
Okay.
Could be alternate reality synthesizers. I don't know what that means.
All right, go ahead.
ARS is a fee-based financial planning and investment management firm.
And let me stop you right there. If anybody tells you they're fee-based, I get nervous because that means they're charging you a fee. They could also charge you commissions. I would use a fee-only advisor. That's an easy one.
Okay, let's start with that one.
That one's pretty simple.
Let's start with that first sentence.
Yeah.
Fee-based means I am not, no matter what they might say, it does not say I am always required to act as a fiduciary. See, they're playing games with semantics.
Nobody knows that.
I'm a fiduciary sometimes, and then other times,
read the rest of this, and you tell me what they are. This is really shocking.
The firm's management and employees are affiliated with entities that sell insurance products. Such affiliations create a conflict of interest.
Really?
Oh, do they?
But it gets better.
Wait, and they never. Have you ever sat in a meeting with someone like that who said, and by the way, we have a conflict of interest?
Yeah.
No, they're not going to tell you that.
Because the next paragraph tells you why.
It says because its management persons or employees recommend insurance products that they will receive commissions for selling.
And here's the good news, though. It continues. It says this conflict is mitigated by the fact that insert firm name and its affiliated persons have a fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of the client. And here's the favorite part. And that clients always have the right to decide whether or not to purchase any products that the firm recommends. Really? That means absolutely nothing.
I have an answer to that. Hold on.
Lord.
I went to Yelp and looked them up. Looked up their reviews.
Oh, God.
Here's a guy who said, we went for financial planning assistance. We got a lot of information and went through a process that led us to self-select indexed equity annuities. On reflection, we could make no other choice given the information presented and the way it was presented. Like a professionally structured poll, the questions will lead you to a foregone predictable result. The owner of the firm responds.
Yes.
Hey, fair game, he responded.
Uh-huh.
Some of our clients, especially those close to retirement, are interested in having some of their assets in accounts that participate in the upside of the market with downside protection, equity index CDs and annuities. Our practice includes, we go out of our way to provide honest and ethical advice. We develop a deep relationship. We spend on average 10 to 15 hours for each customized plan. We utilize a large variety of investments. We do not utilize, get this, you ready? He slams variable annuities.
Oh, yeah.
We don't use variable annuities because they're so expensive.
Oh, yeah. I get the cheaper indexed annuity product.
Now, let's just take our research one step further, shall we? This is where we have to be logical about these things. If you want to figure out a firm, if they say they're a fiduciary is today really a registered investment advisor, which his firm is. They're registered as an investment advisor, but they're also licensed as an insurance agency.
Dual registration.
Yeah. So I went and looked up their assets under management on their ADV. This is really critical. I'm going to show you after the break some of the things that you need to look for, and then you can very easily, and I did it in 6 minutes, you can very easily tell whether or not they're telling you the whole truth. Be right back.
Tom and Don are talking real money.
We hope you're enjoying one of the more unique podcasts out there, but we want to remind you that there are other tools we offer to help you get educated about what we call real investing. We publish Real Investing Journal both as a free online version and in an inexpensive printed magazine. You can check those out at realinvestingjournal.com. Then we offer classes, most of which are in the Seattle area, but now we've got a couple of the classes that we taught at Retire Meet online for free at talkingrealmoney.com under the video link. Just go to talkingrealmoney.com, click on the video link. And finally, we rarely mention it, but we also manage wealth for hundreds of folks and well over $250,000 through our fee-only 100% fiduciary investment advisory firm, Vestory. We manage money just as we talk about it. We always put our clients first. Our fees are low, and we educate you on a regular basis. Go to Vestory.com to learn more, and you can take our free no-obligation risk quiz to understand the level of investment volatility you can tolerate. That's Vestory.com, Vestory.com.
Your guides to a really great financial future. Tom and Don are talking real money.
Our phone number for your questions, and boy, your questions can incite a lot of interesting research. Give me a call, 877-397-5666. I'm Don McDonald. Tom's over there, 877-397-5666.
I have the same phone number, by the way. Yeah.
Right. You call either of us.
Okay.
Same number. Every Saturday from noon to 2 Pacific, 3 to 5 Eastern.
And if you call and you ask a question, you get a free year of
Real Investing Journal.
Yeah, it's a good magazine.
The magazine that, by the way, in the first issue, took apart indexed annuities because they're a dishonest investment. Okay, they're not an illegitimate product. They're allowed. They're legal. They're just dishonest, in our opinions. But I did a little detective work.
Yes.
6 minutes of detective work. This is a great story. I really should write this up. 6 minutes of detective work. I went first to this firm's ADV Part 2. On their ADV Part 2, they report the amount of assets that they manage as a registered investment advisor, as a fiduciary. That amount, as reported in their 2016, the end of the year ADV, was $70 million. All right?
Okay. A lot of firms manage that. I mean, that's not an untypical amount.
Nope. But now let's find out if they can live on that. $70 million, they claim that their expenses are 1.08 across the board. So we can do the math.
They don't work their way down from there?
No, 1.08.
So basically 1% on everything. That's a pretty easy number to come up with.
$700,000, right? Now, we know they advertise on radio, and they also hire Michael Medved to be their spokesman.
I don't think he is anymore, but anyway, okay.
It says on their website.
Ah, very good. Pardon me.
From our experience in radio, I am relatively confident that he is not getting all of that for less than about $250,000 a year. We'll subtract that. $450,000 is what we're left with. They now have 4 offices, including one in Denver.
Really?
4 offices, including one in Denver. So let's say they are very, very frugal, and the average cost is $4,000 a month for offices, plus utilities will take $50 off. That's $400,000. Wait, there's more. I checked their staff. They have 23 employees, including the owner.
Wow.
23.
That's a lot.
Now, what would you say a fair average wage would be? I use $50,000.
Okay. That's
I just
fine.
use $50,000. I think it's low, but if we take 23 employees and we multiply that times $50,000 a year, that's $1.1 million.
I see where we're headed here.
Not including benefits.
Yeah. And by the way, having just finished our third quarter, there's a lot of other things in there. You didn't.
Right. I'm not including anything else.
Yeah, there's a lot of other expenses.
We are now at a negative $750,000 a year.
The point is they got to make it up somewhere, and they're making it up by selling
indexed annuities, which garner them commissions somewhere between 7 and 10%.
There you go. So if you figure, even though that it allows, by the way, very kindly in their their document, the Fiduciary Act, the fiduciary responsibility, our clients can decide any time we don't want to own that.
Right.
What does that mean?
Go read. It took me 6
sense.
minutes of research, folks. We'll be willing to help you through the research. Pat, it's your turn. Welcome to Talking Real Money.
Hi, thanks for taking the call. I want to know, do you know anything about the leverage company?
We
The
lost
what?
the
You
leverage,
cut out there.
The leveraged what?
Leverage planning?
Leveraged
Company?
planning company?
Yeah.
We're going to look. I don't know the name off the top of my head. No. Leveraged planning company.
Leverage
Is this
planning.
is leveraged planning? Is it a company called Innovative Retirement Strategies?
No.
Yeah, because they say that their solution is called leveraged planning. I'm betting this is it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, and I haven't heard of it, but just by looking at their website, I can tell you I'm very concerned because they call. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, it's another name for whole life, for borrowing against a whole life.
We talked about this last week.
They call it a massive tax-free wealth strategy.
Yeah.
It's another con.
It's an insurance product
it's a life insurance product that you pour a lot of money into that makes them a lot of money, makes you very little money, and the only way you can get a tax-free income from it is if you borrow your own money back and pay yourself interest, and if the policy ever lapses even for a second, you have to pay taxes on every penny you've borrowed tax-free.
It just wouldn't be the way to build. Yeah.
Bad
I see.
deal.
It's a Alani's life insurance company.
Yeah, exactly. So this is an insurance product. I mean, just at the basics.
Insurance agents are desperate.
Well, and it's not just not the way that we would recommend you save and invest money. And it wouldn't be just our advice. It'd be, sort of anybody who's independent would be saying the same thing.
Anyone who has an active conscience would not do this to you.
Oh, so no, it wouldn't be our recommended method of investing. No.
Well, he calls himself a fiduciary advisor.
He's a liar.
How you can do that and sell that product other than what we just read to you on the air?
You can't.
And in this environment, you would have to sign a form that says, "I understand this might not be in my best interest."
Again, here's the challenge for Pat, for you and everybody out there. Go to TalkingRealMoney.com. Download the advisor interview form. It's absolutely free. Take it to this guy and say, fill it out and sign everywhere. There is a fiduciary pledge there that says, I guarantee I always will act in your best interests.
Can't always do it.
And if they refuse to sign it, then you should run out the door. And if you don't like our fiduciary pledge, look online. Just type in fiduciary pledge. There are a dozen of them online that you can get and take into him and ask him to sign it. And I guarantee you, if he sells insurance, he will not sign the document. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I wish we'd get a follow-up that somebody actually did this one of these days.
No, we had one guy who called us who said they did.
And he said they refused to sign it?
I don't remember that part. I just remember they said they took it into. Yeah, so anyway.
That's the part I want to know. This is really important stuff, folks. We're talking about your future, and we are trying please, America. Please, America. And Seattle and America.
Yes.
And the world.
America.
All of you listening. Yes. Please.
Yeah.
We're trying to save
He's
you
down on
from
his knees.
these people.
His tears actually coming out of his eyes.
We're trying to save you from these people. They tell a good story.
They always do, by the way.
Lie. And I know they're a friendly person, and they're probably your best bud's brother-in-law or something like that, but please don't fall for this garbage. There's no such thing as safe, tax-free, high income for life. It just doesn't exist. Just because you want it doesn't mean you can have it. Did your mother ever tell you that when you were a child?
Feeling better now?
No, because I know somebody else is going to get ripped off, and it bothers me.
All right.
Tom and Don are talking real money. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately, consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestory, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. Should keep